I woke up, holding back a scream. I was so cold. Felt like there was a chunk of ice in my chest. I was curled up into a shivering ball, hands clamped over my mouth to keep from throwing up. You can't keep fighting forever. You're in so much pain. It'll all stop once you give in. Tom? I was startled by the lamp behind me turning on. I felt her warm fingers running through my hair as she sang to me. Her voice eased the pain and made the demon silent. She even made me feel warm just by singing to me. Eventually, I stopped shivering and the nausea went away. I could finally relax. It's only a temporary relief, but I still appreciate it. I took her hand in mine. The scars on the left side of my body had been slowly turning black as the demon fought for control over my body. You can't even tell the scars from my tattoos anymore. I looked at her. Her messy blonde hair fell over me as she leaned in to kiss my forehead. I'm sorry. I wish there was more I could do, she apologized, her eyes tearing up. You're doing what you can, I told her. My voice sounded rough and tired. That's all I can ask of you. I'll put the kettle on. Do you need anything else? She asked me. Can you move my paint stuff over here? I need to take my mind off things. Okay. I watched her get out of bed, put a blank canvas onto the easel, and move it and my paint table to the edge of the bed. Then she filled the paint-covered mason jar with paint thinner before she left the room. I let out a sigh. My body felt like lead as I sat up and moved over to my easel. My hand brushed against one of the little horns growing out of my forehead. I picked what paint I wanted to use and poured it onto my palette. Then I picked up my brush and threw up my emotions onto the canvas. The pain, the hopelessness, the cold. Ever since the demon began to fight me for control, it felt like it had an icy grip on my heart. It doesn't feel like there's a way out of this, but I can't give in. It had already taken my sister and brother away from me. It will hurt my girlfriend. It will hurt my friends. I have to keep fighting to protect them. I dipped my brush into the paint thinner to wash it off and dipped into another color. My canvas was growing darker with each stroke. I was so focused that I barely heard the kettle screaming for a brief moment in the other room. After a while, my girlfriend came back in and set the mug of tea on my table. She sat down next to me, watching me paint. Eventually, an icy silhouette took shape in the darkness. Every once in a while, my girlfriend will remind me to drink the tea. Each sip does make me feel a little better. But like her voice, the peace it gives me is only temporary. Our efforts could only treat the symptoms, but not the disease. Hey, your sisters are getting closer to finding a way to kill the demon, right? I asked her. They have to be close to a breakthrough, she sighed. It's stronger than anything we've encountered. I washed my paintbrush and dipped into another color. There's no way out of this, is there? It'll be okay, she said, hugging me from behind. We'll find a way, I promise. I wish I still believed those words. By the time they find out what can get rid of it, I might be gone. I couldn't tell her that, though. At least one of us needs to hang on to hope. All I can hope to do is buy her sisters more time. Her oldest sister said so herself. No matter how much I fight, my body will be taken over completely, or they'll kill me in the process of excising it since it has weakened me so much. It feels cruel to keep this from her, but it might be even worse to tell her that her efforts to save me will be wasted. I spent hours painting, and she was by my side the whole time, making me a few more cups of tea in the meantime. Then my painting was finally done. I spent a long time just staring at the image of on the canvas. The sound of the kettle felt far away. I didn't like what I painted. I hated it. I hated that I put this piece of me out there for the world to see. Then suddenly, my ears started ringing. My vision blurred as I was hit with a horrible migraine. I tried to scream, but I couldn't make a sound. Stop fighting. The cold hit me like a dead weight. Where did she go? I need her song. I need her. I was going in and out, struggling to fight for control over my body. I blinked, and my table and easel were thrown to the ground. Another blink, and the paintings around my room were torn apart. Another blink, and my hands were tightly squeezing my girlfriend's throat. Her face was wet with tears, but her eyes were empty. I let go and she collapsed onto the floor. No. I fell to my knees, shaking her, but she didn't wake up. It killed her. It used my hands to kill her. And then I was pulled into icy darkness. I tried so hard to regain control, but it was no use. I don't even have the strength to wiggle my toes anymore. The last thing I could hear was my own voice in a burst of twisted, triumphant laughter as the darkness pulled me deeper. It's all my fault. She's gone, and it's my fault. And now it's going to use my hands to kill even more people. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.